Okay, so that's the environment that I'm seeing. And there's this girl, she just finished like gym or something. And so she's putting her shoes on, and she got her shoes or her shoes out of her locker. And she's in the process of putting it on. And her friends are just like, oh, we're gonna go get some ice cream. And then so she's over here, they're talking over here, and they're like, we're gonna go get some ice cream. And then she's kind of thinking to herself, like, oh, I just ran like, a few laps. Ice cream would be so nice. So she's thinking that. And then as she's thinking that, this group over here, they're like, hey, do you want to get some ice cream with us? And then she's just like, kind of thrown off, like, but I have to, get ready. I have to finish putting on my clothes. I don't want them to wait. I don't want them to, have to wait on me. It's just such an inconvenience. So she's mulling it over, and she's like, no, you guys go ahead without me. And then one of the person from the group was just like, we can wait for you. It's not a problem at all. And she goes, oh, in that case, wait for me, wait for me. And then I hear this echo, like, wait for me, wait for me, wait for me. And so I feel like this month is a lot about self-expression. Okay. And jiving with the first image, where you don't want to be misunderstood, where you have like a really systematic way of going through life. And what I mean by that is, yes, you have a perfectly unobstructed view on that balcony. You see all and you enjoy it, and you don't mind being up there by yourself. But I also feel like there's a need for you to connect with others, with like, everyday human beings. Okay. Aquarius tends to be a little bit more of a scientist, somebody who observes things from afar, that armchair approach, where you're looking at other people go through life. You observe people, you people watch, and there's safety in it, right? Because it's a very detached, objective, scientific view of the world and of human interactions. But it's not really human interaction because you're so removed from it. And so this is a month where you kind of need to, it's almost like I see you even wobbling into like, and I mentioned this with the Gemini. It's like they're testing the water in a situation before they head in. But Geminis are very carefree. Okay, they're less analytical than you are. And I feel like you are very, very analytical, and you're so used to working by yourself. Okay. Everyone here, they have their own function. This person is doing that from the ground. The other person's doing that in the background. And even though they might be in the same environment, everyone has their designated responsibilities and their roles. And there is no concept of crowdsourcing, let's exchange ideas, let's work together. There's none of that, because Aquarius don't do that. Okay, you're capable of doing it. If you are in school and you're forced to do group work, you don't mind. But deep down, you like to have things your way, and you like to do things your way. And you feel like you're better off doing it on your own. And you would prefer it. For example, if you had to do a group project, everyone gets a part, they do their part, and then all the parts make up the whole. Like, you would prefer that rather than having to sit there and gather ideas and then talk about, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And all of that talking is really interfering with the productive process, right? It slows things down. It makes things like a bargaining session rather than a productive session. And so you're very, very end result oriented. And I feel like for many of you, it's just much easier for everybody to split up the task. Everyone takes one task, works individually, and then once they're done, they all come together, and then all the things blend together. Like, that's how you feel the world should function. Okay? That way, everyone is responsible for their own, whatever it is that they produce, they're responsible for it. Okay? And because of this highly independent, you're so independent, I feel like in the realm of human interaction, you're kind of like this, a little bit wobbly. Okay, he's like wobbling. It's almost like that drunk guy coming home from the bar. He's like toppling over, crossing the street, and stumbling. I don't see drinking or anything like that. But what I do see is I see a situation where you feel a little bit socially awkward. You feel like you're kind of out of your element, and you have a lot that you want to that's racing through your mind. Okay, his crown is lit up. You have a lot of things that you want to express. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of things that you want to say, but you're also very measured. Okay, he's kind of like pouring the two cups, trying to find the right balance, trying to convey a specific emotion, but not wanting to scare the other person off, wanting to suggest something, but not wanting to inconvenience the other person and make them feel like they're pigeonholed into doing that one activity. So I feel like you're kind of like battling yourself, battling between what you really feel emotionally very excited about and trying to appease everybody else. And that constant like weighing out, it's not something that Aquarius like to do. Aquarius like to execute plans and ideas and act. And the whole process about getting everybody on board, making sure that, are you okay with this? Are you okay with this? Are you okay with this? That whole process seems like a farce. Okay. It seems like it's something Libras are very good at. But for you, it seems like, oh my gosh, time consuming, time that could be better spent doing something else. So I feel like you're walking into this possibly a social environment, and it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It feels like a farce. And I just feel like you're kind of restraining yourself. Okay, you're restraining yourself for calling it what it is. That's what it feels like to me. Um, Not that you don't like people. It's just the whole dance that people have to do around each other. Trying not to, it's almost like trying to be so politically correct where we just stop communicating, or we have to be so mindful and so watchful of how we communicate, not to upset anybody, not to offend anybody, and like walking around on eggshells all the time. And it wastes a lot of time, it wastes a lot of energy. And you feel like at the end of the day, it's all done in a very restrained, weird, and in a way that is not very authentic. And because of that, you're just not really sure where you fit in the picture. And you're not really sure if you should go along with it because it's not authentically you. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling. There is definitely a social environment that might be a little bit awkward for many of you. And it's not awkward in a way where you have body image issues. You don't have that. You just feel like the environment's a little bit like, it's a little bit too much having to take into consideration everybody's feelings. Let's talk about our feelings. Let's talk about our thoughts. Let's talk about, let's share information that's not really relevant to getting the task done. That's what it feels like. So moving into the end of the month, this is what's in store for you. So the Three of Pentacles is a lot about seeing the value in group work and the value in collaboration. Okay. In the past, honestly, you took this type of a mentality where it's like, I'm better off by myself. People don't know what they're doing. Okay. And I feel like this came about mainly because there were trust issues. Okay. Is everybody going to be holding up their end of the bargain? Is everybody going to do their task, do what they're supposed to do? If one person steps up and assumes the role of a leader, does that allow the other person to kind of step down and be alleviated of their responsibility? So you were probably dealing with people who might have been opportunistic, where you worked really, really hard and long and hard at a situation, and then you start to see that other people benefit from it. And they didn't even have to lift a finger. So you might have been dealing with people who were quite opportunistic. And so your survival mechanism was, I'm going to do it myself. You do your part, I do mine. Okay. However, in this new work environment, in the month of March, and this is a 3 here, in the month of March, you're thrust into a new environment where everybody does their part. Everyone is responsible. Everyone is accountable for their actions. So this is a true collaborative environment where everybody brings their best into a situation, and everyone has a specific set of skills, and altogether, all of their energies blend, all of their knowledge and expertise blend, so that they can fill in those pentacles that are kind of missing, okay? Unfinished or missing. Knowledge gaps, I feel, are being filled in. For many of you who have been working really, really, really long and hard, you're making some major strides in your career and some major breakthroughs here that will really allow you to kind of like master and learn and just be really skilled at the work that you do. I have a tremendous amount of pentacle cards in the pentacle suit that came out. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, working very diligently. Many of you will be putting in a lot of overtime, staying late, making sure your work is done, but you're doing that while you're happy, okay? Mainly because you're learning things, you're learning from other people, you're picking people's brains, and I feel like you really enjoy the process. We also have as well the Six of Pentacles, financial windfall and financial abundance. Three of Pentacles, collaboration with other people. This is a really beautiful card, and this is what Aquarius love. It's like pooling the best resources and all the knowledge and all the expertise from the best, the most intelligent people, and building something with all that knowledge, okay? This is kind of like the epitome of the Aquarius energy, where we put our heads together and solve problems. And King of Pentacles, this is the card that came back out, so I'm really glad it came back out. This denotes financial, success, having made it, building up your empire, and feeling very, very pleased with all of your concrete, worldly, practical accomplishments and responsibilities. Okay, so you're going to be sitting very, very nicely this month, and I'm laughing because you have 3 kings. And possibly, you also have the Emperor. He's sitting. So for whatever reason, there's a need for movement, okay? And this man is sitting as well. So there's a need for movement. Many of you might be in a very sedentary type of a job, and it's making you, it could potentially make you feel a little bit antsy, okay? You have a lot of nervous energy, and a lot of you are very quick on your feet, on your toes. And so I feel like you need that stimulation as well. Not only the mental stimulation, but the physical stimulation. So needing to get out and about, needing to do some physical activities, needing to, join the world of people rather than be isolated like this, okay? Like these 4 figures. So the energy is a lot more about stepping out, walking, enjoying the sunlight, collaborating with people, but physically stepping out. And I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like fortune is on your side. So the weather might be a lot nicer. There might be a lot more activities, a lot of social gatherings, a lot of opportunities, a lot of opportunities for you in the social front to get yourself out there, to mingle, to socialize, to really enjoy, the company of other people, and invitations and things like that. Okay, so the month looks really good. So let me talk about these 3 people. Fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so you've got 3 kings here, the energy of 3 people. So on the one hand, I feel like if these were love interests or people that you're dealing with, Let me talk about them individually. So, money looks really good. I don't want to dwell on that anymore because it's just very phenomenally abundant. Let's talk about this fire sign. I see Sagittarius energy, mainly because we have here the Temperance card. This is somebody that you're testing the waters with, okay? This is somebody that's really stirring your passion in some way. So it's almost like they're beckoning you to come out and play. They're beckoning you to come forward towards them. And I feel almost like, I see this giddiness about you, where if you're dealing with this person, sun, moon, or rising, they make you feel like a little kid again. There's this really happy, but also nervous, trepidatious, but also excited energy. So I'm seeing like this push and pull, like nervousness, but excitement. And I feel almost like I see you really interested in this person. I see you as well very nervous about this person. And I see you worrying about how this person perceives you. And Aquarius don't normally care how somebody feels about them or think about them unless they like that person a lot. So I feel like you're constantly wondering, I wonder how this person feels about me. Okay. I feel like this is a person that has a lot of suitors. They're quite popular. They're very accomplished. They might have been married or are married or have children or, in some capacity. But I feel like they're single right now. They might have been married or might have been in a separation or something, but like they're ready to date again. You could meet this person in a social environment or like an online dating capacity, okay? The Seven of Cups is usually online dating, looking at other people's profiles. So usually online dating, online communication, or communication from a distance even. Text messages, emails, things like that, okay? Electronic communication. So I feel like you and this person might be going back and forth. And then I'm also feeling this person is in a transformative phase in their life and they have a lot of options. Okay. But I do feel though, Aquarius, you do stand out. You do stand out with this person. And I also feel like this is someone who is very protective of you. They see you as something, it's like the apple of their eyes. They want to protect you. They see the best in you. I'm getting this as well, that they feel as if you might be emotionally confused. And there's a good reason why they think that. And I feel a lot of it has to do with the fact that, fire signs are very expressive. And you can look at their face and pretty much know how they feel about you. If they like you, you will see their eyes sparkle. You will see their face flush. They will smile when they're with you or when they see you. You will see how excited they are in their facial expressions, their features. And just, they're very straightforward. They will ask you out. They will text you. They will, be very expressive. And I feel like that's what makes you really scared, because they might be coming on a little bit too strongly. And I feel like it makes you a little bit, it could make you a little bit embarrassed, or it could throw you back, like it could throw you off, mainly because it's really hard for you to show your emotion. So this person feels like you're emotionally confused. You don't know what you want. And so they could get a little bit frustrated if they have to deal with you. If this is somebody that you like, they need a little bit of ego stroking, not that they're used to it, but they need that validation from you in order to come towards you. Does that make sense? Okay.